Next up, so we're going to go back to Don Robinson for a second, everyone. People have circled back to her. She's defended herself from us as accusers from our last episode. She says she's decided to live in her car because that is a style of living.
It is.
Which it
is. It absolutely is.
But I would like to push back to Miss Don Robinson. That's not the way you presented it to us. You presented it to us as if you were in like a situation and you needed help. It wasn't like, hey, like I'm straight home. Yeah, I'm doing a new alternative lifestyle. I decided to kind of live out my car and do it this way. And this is why. Not, hey, y'all, guess what? I'm living in my car. I said,
oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Oh my God, it's been 3 years and I'm like, I just feel so good to tell you guys that I've been living in my car.
That sounds like you were in like a situation you were embarrassed about.
But because you didn't say anything for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you wanted to live that car life, if anything, out of immediate, like if, again, there's literally an audience for that. There are people who are living that car life who, and then maybe she didn't want that to become her brand, but I would have let it be my brand of living my car life and how I navigate throughout my day and how I do all these things, because there are influencers out there who are literally making that choice so that they can, and like, I hate to bring up Gabby Petito and what happened with her, but her decision was to live that van life, go to travel the world or travel the States and all of that, and be able to talk with, about nature, all this other shit. She could, that may not have been what she wanted to do, but you not saying anything for 3 years makes it seem like you were embarrassed by it. Like it wasn't like, it's weird. But I'm very glad you're bringing up this topic, because me and my other best friend Brandon literally had this conversation like 2 days ago about this. So he's like, have you seen what Don said? No. So he filled me in and I'm like, oh great, we're gonna talk about it today.
So she has some other thoughts as well about her rejoining En Vogue. So we're gonna go into that real quick.
This is the specific conversation.
Stacey, go ahead.
And that's the tea. What she ain't said shit wrong. Born to Sing, Funky Divas, the first 2 albums, all the En Vogue songs that we know and love, Dawn was on, right? She was either singing lead, second verse, something like that. Then Dawn leaves the group in 97 and you got EV3 that came out. I personally could not name an EV3 song. There are probably people that can.
I don't think there are anyone that can. There's
right. There may be someone that can. So yes, they have continued to have albums since then. And as she even said, she's like, I don't have anything against Rhona at all. She's always been very nice to me. She's never said anything crazy to me. I don't have a problem with her. But our fans are coming to see us perform our hits. And those hits come from those first 2 albums. Ain't nobody coming to hear what the hell y'all sang on what is this album, Soul Flower in 2004, right? Like there may be someone, but if you tell me En Vogue is going on tour, and I'm like, who all going? Like who all gonna be there, right? And it's like, not saying again, I don't have anything against Rhona. Or as I told Brandon, I said I didn't know the girl's name was Rhona until you just said her name. I didn't know what her name was, but I fully understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
I fully understand what the hell that she is saying. How
do you balance that though? You can't shit on Rhona like that either though, too. You know what I mean? You can't shit on Rhona like that either.
No, so to that point, so what I said to Brandon was, I said, well, can they figure out a 5-part harmony or something? To include her, or have her come out for certain songs and not for other songs. So think of it this way, right? If you have a Destiny's Child tour, do you just have the 3 or do you have the 5?
4.
There's 5.
Shout out to that clip. Your clip of Michelle that keeps on giving.
There are 5. So you got 3, you have the current 3, and you have Latoya and Latavia. We're not talking about Farrah. I didn't say 6.
I know that. I said 4.
So it's 5, right? Can you do it with the 5? Because
4. I said 4, Stacey. 4.
Who you leaving out?
He's leaving Latavia out. He's leaving Latavia out. That's what he's leaving out. Because Latoya, the thing is, Latoya
got a career. She had a
there you go. That's why he's leaving. That's why he's leaving Latavia out. But again,
do the catering. Maybe we do that. She's got the catering.
So again, on the first 2 albums, it is the original 4, right? Michelle came in, but that album was already done. Yeah. By the time Michelle came,
she was just in the video,
and we know that because the first video has the original 4, and then all of a sudden they not there no more. There's a switch up. Like, wait, who are these?
The Say My Name is the first one, right? That they switched up.
Bills.
No, I thought that they switched up.
Bills is the original 4.
The original 4,
and then by Say My Name is when you see. Wait, where's Latoya and Latavia? Because at first it takes you a second to trip off of it.
Because you think they models or something.
Yes. You just think these are dancers. Like, these are other dancers. And then it's like, well, wait, this group getting smaller and smaller, ain't it? So, but to that point, when and the other party, so again, that's just 2 albums. But then after that, once you have Survivor and everything else after that, yes, you do need Michelle flat out. That's why I said you can't do the Destiny Child tour without Michelle. It's impossible. You cannot. Let me say this. On that video, people are so pissed at me about that. The disrespect of Latavia and Latoya. What song did they sing lead on?
And Latoya was only making it because she could do her solo stuff. I'm just being.
No, but I think there is a song, and I have to double check this. I want to say on the first album, there is a song that Latoya does sing a verse. I have to confirm this. I have to double check. I do believe that. But to that point, it wasn't a single.
And it's nothing that's like you want to perform it. It's not like
so it's like it's on the album. So for their singles, Kelly and Beyonce sang lead. By the time that it was just 3 of them, all 3 of them had a verse that they did. Michelle brought it on home with her bridges. So you can do it. So to bring it back to En Vogue, we know everybody can sing, but the first 2 albums are what we all know and love. When we think of En Vogue, those are the songs that we are singing and we are talking about. Again, I don't know anything once Dawn left. I don't know any song that Rhona has sang. And again, there are people who I'm sure do. I'm still not going to that concert.
No, you're exactly correct. I'm just saying, but I'm just trying to figure out where is the compromise in this?
There has to be a compromise though, because there is that point of, well, Rhona's in with the group for 13 years. And now you're saying that she can't come on the tour. So it's
similar to Boys II Men to a certain extent, where Boys II Men was like, dude, we got a 3-part harmony now.
Mike
was more time. You haven't been in the group.
All he did was talk.
It wasn't just that.
He said all he did was talk. They got somebody on bass that's able to replace.
They just hired a bassist.
It's been 3 of them longer than it was 4 of them, even though he was there for the hits.
But that's what I'm going to back to what Stacey said. But that's the rub. And they were like, they're trying to. We talked about they're trying to reunite with Mike, but it's like, dude, we've been doing this trio thing since 2000.
This was like 25 years.
Yeah. So where's the compromise in this is the thing. I don't know if there is not necessarily an answer. I do think.
Hey, imagine Woody coming back to like, hey, you got a spot for me.
It's already 30. But it's already 30 people in Blue already.
They got a JV team. Drew Hill got a varsity and a JV team.
Holy shit.
They do, because it's about they could be like, "Hey, you can't make it. That's cool. We'll bring in Woody.
Yeah. We'll bring up Bronny from the G League."
So do they maybe? I don't even know what you would
Everybody
do.
can't be New Edition.
No, but I don't even I don't think there's I don't know if there's a right answer for this, to be honest.
It is, like I said, I don't think it's fair to not have Rhona on tour. However, I also, again, unless you guys can figure out a 5-part harmony or have her come out for the newer songs, but again, we're not paying for the new shit.
Don't nobody pay to hear the new songs.
We pay to hear old shit.
Especially on the older acts. We don't want to hear the new songs.
Yeah. Ain't nothing worse than an artist trying to show some new music on a fucking concert.
I got something new for y'all. Y'all want to hear it? And everybody just sit down.
I'm working on something new, and I know I ain't released an album in 20 years.
But if you're talking about that, has it ever worked with like that for a song with you all?
That somebody debuted something at the concert,
and then you were like, "Oh shit!" And then you end up like, "Oh, this shit's ended up being fire." Like,
well, you know what? So
I say J Electronica for me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Tyrone with Erykah Badu.
Because that was live.
Wasn't that the first time that was?
She had never performed.
That's the only version I know is the live version.
I think that's the only version that actually gets played is that version.
There is no other version.
I think it's the only version.
It's on a live album. It's on Erykah Badu live.
So I think, and then she was like, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. I'm gonna try something new. So and I think when we heard that at the time, we didn't trip off of it. But that may be the only person or one of the only times that it worked. But again, it was one song. Mm-hmm. And it was so dope that it was like Eric, you got the audience participation with it. Like when she starts off, I'm getting tired of your shit. Everybody crowd into it like, ooh, okay. Tell me more. Yes. You don't never buy me nothing. And there's women in the audience, talk that shit down. So they were bought me shit either. This nigga, I mean, this people probably broke up that night because I'm sure it was women in the audience there with their man, and she bought the goddamn ticket right there. I'm sure
thought they was finna be on some spiritual healing shit. Here she comes singing Tyrone.
So, like I said, I think that's one of the few times that works. But there's nothing worse than going to see an artist and they want to bring out some new shit. Sir, I paid this money to hear the songs that I know and can sing along to. Nobody came here to listen to your
when we went to see Usher, he eased in some of the new, but it was the stuff that's already on the radio. What's the song? The Good. Like he was like easing in a couple of the new songs, but then he'll go back to the hits.
He was like, they ain't feeling this. Let me go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think when we saw Big Crit in St. Louis. You know what? He had a mixtape that had like just dropped.
Like return forever.
We talking about, like you said, Stacey. I just got out the studio and we'll finish this up. I want to try it out on you.
Right. It's like, but when I say like just dropped, like let's say the concert was third.
Hey, this cool ass Scott from the I Love 90s Music Podcast. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like it on the SOLC network. You finna get all the real deal on the 90s, the 2000s, and the splash of that 80s. Do it right now, man, and I'll be your friend.